mentor. What do you think the value of having a mentor might be? How do you identify the right person to be your mentor? And then how would you recommend going about asking someone to become your mentor?
Well, I think your mentor today is more important than it ever was. I think it's make or break no matter how old you are, whether you're high school, college, young professional, or even someone my age. I've got a mentor, okay? When I moved back to look at this job and I interviewed with 6 different people within the company, and the guy that ended up being kind of my mentor there, I trusted my gut. I think a big thing is trusting your gut and asking the question, yes, are you open to doing this? And again, what's in it for them? What was in it for them in my role was I had to give them the commission until I made enough that I could cut the string and go on my own. So I did like 6 or 8 deals the first year or so that they got 100% of the fee in return for mentoring me. But I think, yes, it's really important. You want somebody that's well-rounded, that's not gonna be a yes person, that's gonna hold you accountable to your goals and discuss what your goals are. I think that's the real thing, is stretching yourself, pushing yourself, getting outside of your comfort level in every area of your life, from your physical fitness to emotional well-being, to your spiritual life, to your family, and obviously to your work goals.
So does anybody have any questions about mentors, finding your mentor, characteristics, anything like that?
I don't have a question specifically pertaining to that, but I'm curious, like how many books a year are you reading, and what are some like the most impactful ones that you've read?
I have a book list that if you email me, I'll send you. It's about 40 some.
Okay.
I read more, I get like 6 or 8 magazine daily drops a day. Like I'm on 6 or 8 group chat and things that's giving me daily updates of information in the commercial real estate market of every area, about self-storage space, medical space, office space, industrial space, apartments. And I'm in a think tank group with 10 guys nationwide. We all left CB and all started our own firms. So if I have a question of something I don't know, we'll pick up the phone, we'll email and say that. So you have to read every day. I read 3 to 4 hours a day. Okay, today I was up way too early, before 5 o'clock. I think I read for 3 hours before my first appointment. Okay, I read 2 or 3 newspapers. I'm all over LinkedIn. I'm posting stuff, in there, but I'm also reading all the articles from the people that I follow. Twitter, I've started following a lot more. That's a lot of great financial information on Twitter, on there. But I think it's finding something that you like. The top books, that you asked, and again, I'm happy to send you the whole list. That's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Really know, and again, I want to give you a baseline of what's going to take you to good, to great. The Millionaire Next Door, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I had Jonathan read that at 14. If that doesn't turn on the light bulb for financial literacy and just to become financially secure, nothing will. That book to me is there. But I have studied everybody. I took Dale Carnegie right out of college. That helped me more than anything I learned at Ohio State, hands down.
Is that how to win friends and influence?
That's part of it, but there's a sales course, there's a human relations course, it's just how to treat people, listening skills, things like that. Napoleon Hill, Norman Vincent Peale, John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Earl Nightingale, Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. I mean, there's 9 or 10 what I'll call superstar teachers that any one of their books you're going to get 1 or 2 little nuggets that are going to really help you go over. I like to listen to them in the car when I'm driving. Okay, my focus is not great anymore, so I'll have short bursts where I'll say, okay, let me listen to this thing in the car, whether it's on the phone or on the radio or something, or back when they had CDs. To do that I listen to a lot too. If you're traveling long distance, books on tape, crap like that you can really learn a lot from. But always be learning, never stop. And the people that go from here to here, Warren Buffett or Bill Gates are going to tell you they're reading like I am, at least 4 hours a day. Okay, and that means, we all have 24 hours. How are we going to take those? And that's tough choices because everybody wants to go out to the bar. And some days you're going to say, well, this is more important now. What's the priority? Okay?
That's great.
I got a question too.
Sure.
On the mentor idea, is that explicit between you and your?
It's how you want it to be. Sometimes in my life, I've had 2 or 3 go-to people that have different levels of expertise in different areas. So if it's just your job, it may be a senior coworker. But if it's in life, I mean, it could be a priest, it could be an older person. So I have a buddy of mine that I play golf with. He used to own a furniture store, and he's like a big brother, second dad to me. I could talk to him about anything, and this guy's the most selfless person I've ever met. So do I talk to business about him? Not really. I got him to open up and invest in investment property, made him a shitload of money, but that wasn't the purpose. He's helped me a hell of a lot more than I've ever helped him. So you want to have a meeting of the minds verbally, and then some people put it in writing. And I think the more specific you are of what do I really need? Well, are you disciplined, or do you need somebody to crack the whip on you? Or is it just I need to learn things that I don't know? I don't know what I don't know. So everybody's different, you know, when it comes to, there's no right or wrong, good or bad, but it can't hurt, let's put it that way.
I think to go off that, because I was gonna ask, like, do you formally ask them, hey, that's like almost like the girlfriend, like,
Yeah.
do you wanna be my girlfriend?
I think it's I think number one, you go out with them on a social situation or having coffee or lunch, it's not just a one meeting thing, and you feel that bond with each other, and again, it's a big time commitment from both parts. Some people say, I'd love to, but I only have X amount of time. And then you gotta say, okay, 2 hours a month is cool, or no, I want somebody an hour a week, whatever, you know, whatever it is, on there. So it's a big commitment in both. Now, I don't wanna say it's a sacrifice, because people like me, I get as much out of it and I learn as much when I give talks than people that I'm speaking to.
Right, and I have like an informal one that brought me to my previous company, and then when he was exiting, we've stayed in touch, but it's not like, right now we don't currently do goal setting for him. He has a massive network in Columbus and constantly introducing me to people or saying, I looked at this
So they're lucky,
opportunity.
so that's obviously a huge part of it. So it can be whatever you want, but I think the more formalized it is, especially if it's one person versus several, just so, you know, again, seek first to understand, then be understood. If you said, hey, I expected this from you, and the guy's gonna be like, what are you talking about? You know, on there. But I know I envisioned myself as a young real estate broker when I saw the guy that I interned with. I envisioned myself, he was probably 20 years older than me, and I envisioned myself someday as being as successful as him. He wore a nice suit. I didn't have a suit or anything there, and it really did, I think, help me a great deal. It didn't last that long. I was very self-driven and self-motivated, but it definitely helped. Okay.